You're about to be surprised by what I'm about to share with you. And if you're seeing this right now, it's no accident. You've been guided here because, as one of the chosen ones, you're being pushed out of your comfort zone and pushed straight into the life of your dreams. As you probably already know, chosen ones don't exactly live ordinary lives. Your days and encounters tend to take on a deeper resonance. Before we dive in, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a 77 in the comments to send a powerful signal to the universe. Play this video on repeat if you feel the energy resonating. If you're truly chosen, you'll stick around till the end. If not, you'll likely click away. Chapter 1. The dismantling of your comfort zone. It usually starts slowly. Maybe the routine you once loved begins to feel suffocating, or the activities that used to bring you joy no longer resonate. You wake up one morning and realize you're going through the motions, yearning for a spark of something new. This is how the universe whispers that it's time for a shift, a gentle but insistent nudge that your comfort zone has become too small for who you're meant to be. In other words, it's time to grow, and growth never happens in the safe, predictable space of your old habits. Often, this dismantling phase can be uncomfortable or even disorienting. Friends might notice you're withdrawing from social circles that once defined you, or you might find yourself wanting more alone time to reflect on what truly matters. Sometimes it happens due to external pressures. Maybe you lose a job, a relationship ends, or you're forced to relocate. While it feels like life is throwing obstacles in your path, consider that it might actually be removing the crutches you've leaned on for too long. The question is not, why is this happening to me? But how can this serve my growth? Chosen ones tend to sense when a big change is brewing, often through heightened intuition or bizarre synchronicities. Seeing repeating numbers, overhearing conversations that address your hidden doubts, or dreaming of a future scenario that later comes to pass. All these signs point to one thing. You're on the cusp of stepping out of an old shell that no longer fits. The process can feel scary, but it's also charged with possibility. Your job is to trust the flow and follow the clues laid out for you. The dismantling of your comfort zone also tests your emotional resilience. The very scenarios that challenge you the most, like a difficult coworker or unresolved family tension, might flare up now, compelling you to finally deal with issues you've avoided. It's not punishment, it's preparation. By resolving these matters, you're clearing the energetic clutter that would otherwise weigh you down on your journey toward manifesting your dream life. Imagine trying to run a marathon while dragging a heavy backpack. The universe is helping you lighten the load so you can run freely. There's a deep spiritual law at work here. The universe expands where there is readiness, and it contracts where there is resistance. Each time you cling to your comfort zone, you feed the resistance. Each time you lean into the discomfort, you open a channel for expansion. Eventually, the scale tips, and you find yourself more excited about what's possible than fearful of what's unfamiliar. That's when you know you're truly ready to step into the unknown. So if you're feeling restless, bored, or even scared, understand this. You're exactly where you need to be. The dismantling is a sign that your next chapter is imminent. Embrace it and watch how quickly your comfort zone becomes a launching pad into a life far beyond your wildest dreams. Chapter 2. The universal nudge toward your dreams. It's often said that when you won't move, life moves you, and that's especially true for chosen ones. Sometimes the nudge feels gentle, like a persistent thought urging you to take a risk or explore a new passion. Other times it smacks you in the face like a wake-up call you never saw coming. Either way, these universal nudges are not accidental. They're orchestrated events designed to push you toward the life you secretly, or maybe not so secretly, yearn for. You might catch yourself daydreaming about a different career, a bold travel adventure, or a love relationship that defies all your previous patterns. While part of you wants to disregard these musings as wishful thinking, they don't go away. Instead, they grow louder, more vivid, until you can't ignore them any longer. This inner tug of war can be perplexing. On one hand, your comfort zone tells you to be rational and safe. On the other, your soul yearns for expansion, for something that challenges you to become a fuller version of yourself. During this tug of war, the universe often sends external prompts to back up your internal whispers. Perhaps you overhear a stranger in a coffee shop mention the exact opportunity you've been hesitating about, a course, a job opening, or a city they're moving to. Or maybe you read an article that feels like it was tailor-made to address your doubts. These coincidences are rarely random. They're cosmic signposts directing you onto the path of your dreams. They remind you that you're not crazy to want more, that your desires are valid, and that help is at hand if you choose to lean into it. Chosen ones frequently feel more than a little anxious at this stage. Why? Because the dreams you hold are often big, bigger than what most people dare to chase. You might worry about failure or what others will think. Yet in the quiet corners of your mind, you know that settling isn't an option. The universe or divine intelligence wouldn't implant these grand visions in you if you weren't equipped to fulfill them. It's a truth you'll need to hold on to when the journey gets tough. Moreover, these nudges can manifest as restlessness in your current environment. A job that once felt tolerable may become suffocating. A living situation that was decent may suddenly feel too cramped. While you might interpret this discomfort as negativity, it's actually a crucial signal that you're ready for an upgrade. Think of it like outgrowing a pair of shoes. You can try to stuff your feet in them, but it will only lead to blisters. So too can staying in a life too small for your expanding spirit lead to emotional pain. Accepting and acting on these nudges can transform your entire perspective. Suddenly, what was once a lofty dream appears as a reasonable next step. The conversation shifts from, "Is this possible?" to, "How can I make this happen?" That shift from doubt to pragmatic vision is the catalyst for monumental progress. You become a co-creator of your destiny, actively collaborating with the universe rather than waiting for a miracle. That collaboration, in turn, supercharges your results, ushering you into a reality where even your wildest aspirations begin to seem ordinary. Chapter 3. Why fear is your ally, not your enemy. Whenever you push beyond your comfort zone, fear has a way of showing up uninvited. It's that inner critic whispering that you're not ready or that you're bound to fail. For chosen ones who often harbor deep aspirations, fear can feel like a barrier standing between you and the life of your dreams. But here is the paradox. Fear isn't your enemy. It can actually be a potent ally in your journey toward expansion. Understanding this can drastically shift how you approach daunting situations. Fear serves as a compass, indicating you're treading new territory. It rarely appears when you're repeating the same patterns or staying in your comfort zone. The presence of fear often signals that you're doing something radical, something with the power to change your life for the better. Rather than running from it, ask what it's trying to teach you. Is it highlighting a skill you need to learn, a resource you've overlooked, or does it reflect a deeper emotional wound that's ready for healing? Another key insight is that fear keeps you on your toes, ensuring you don't get complacent. While blind terror can be paralyzing, a healthy dose of nervous energy can sharpen your focus and improve your performance. Think about performers or athletes who feel butterflies in their stomach before a big event. That adrenaline can help them deliver a knockout performance. For you, the same energy can make you more alert, more creative, and more determined. The trick is to differentiate constructive fear from the type that paralyzes you. Constructive fear is the kind that says, "This matters to you, so do it justice." Paralyzing fear says, "You'll never be good enough." Why bother trying? You conquer the latter by questioning its validity. Often you'll find its roots in old experiences that no longer apply. You might recall a childhood incident where you failed at something and concluded you were no good. But you're not that child anymore, and your circumstances have evolved. Each time you challenge fear's outdated script, you rewire your mental framework, effectively expanding your comfort zone one bold move at a time. Moreover, fear can become a bonding force among like-minded souls. When you share your apprehensions with those who understand your path, other chosen ones or supportive mentors, you realize you're not alone. This creates a communal spirit of, "We're in this together," transforming individual jitters into collective courage. There's immense power in vulnerability. It invites others to open up, and collectively, you can motivate each other to push through the tension and step confidently into new realms of possibility. Learning to partner with fear doesn't mean you'll never feel uneasy again. You will, and that's okay. But once you accept fear as a guide rather than an enemy, you free yourself from the tyranny of self-doubt. Instead of shrinking back from challenges, you lean into them, recognizing that on the other side of that discomfort lies the life you've dreamed of, full of purpose, passion, and untapped potential. Fear becomes less about danger and more about growth, a signpost flashing opportunity ahead. When you interpret it this way, you not only expand your horizons, but also inspire others to re-examine how they face their own fears. After all, a single act of bravery can be a beacon of hope for those still trapped in the shadows of their own comfort zones. Chapter 4. How challenges fuel your growth. Challenges are an inescapable part of life. Yet for chosen ones, these obstacles often serve a dual purpose. Not only do they test your resilience, but they also act as accelerators for personal evolution. Think about the last time you truly leveled up in your life. Chances are it was preceded by a situation that pushed you to your limits. Whether it was a financial setback, a health concern, or a relationship crisis, that hardship likely forced you to develop new skills, adopt different perspectives, or refine your emotional maturity. It's tempting to see challenges as random misfortunes, but in the grand tapestry of a chosen one's journey, they're more akin to stepping stones. Imagine trying to become a top athlete without intense training sessions that strain your muscles and stamina. Similarly, you can't expand your capacity for success, love, or creativity without sometimes wrestling with tough circumstances. Each challenge that appears in your life is like a spiritual or emotional workout, strengthening the very qualities you'll need to sustain your dream life once you achieve it. Moreover, challenges often serve as wake-up calls. If you've been ignoring certain red flags, like an unfulfilling job or a toxic friendship, the universe might magnify the situation until you can't look away. This isn't out of cruelty. It's more like a merciful force saying, "You deserve better. Let's fix this now." For instance, you might get passed over for a promotion that you thought was guaranteed, prompting you to reevaluate your career path. Initially, it stings, but this can lead to exploring roles or industries that truly match your passions. A year later, you're thriving in a new position, grateful for that initial disappointment that spurred you to move. In the midst of a challenge, your fierce protector, whether you call it a guardian angel, intuition, or the universe itself, steps in with timely interventions. You might come across an inspiring podcast episode that offers a solution, or bump into someone who's gone through a similar ordeal and can offer guidance. These small miracles are not coincidental. They're part of the orchestration that ensures you can handle what life presents. When you notice them, it's a sign that you're in sync with a higher plan, even if it feels chaotic on the surface. Each trial also gives you the chance to practice radical self-reliance. You learn to trust your instincts, to speak up for yourself, and to stand firm in your worth. Over time, you become more adept at discerning which battles are worth fighting and which are better left alone. This sense of discernment is invaluable. It helps you navigate future challenges with greater finesse and less wasted energy. You stop reacting to every obstacle with panic and start responding from a place of calm confidence. Finally, challenges deepen your empathy. Going through hardships makes you more sensitive to others. People's struggles foster compassion that's both human and divine. In a way, your growth becomes a collective asset. You're better equipped to guide, heal, or simply comfort those around you. This ripple effect can't be understated. As you evolve, you become a living example that adversity can be alchemized into greatness, inspiring others who might feel stuck or defeated. That's the beauty of being a chosen one. Your individual trials and triumphs serve a purpose far beyond your own life, contributing to the elevation of everyone you touch. Chapter 5. The Power of Community and Support. Stepping out of your comfort zone can be a lonely road if you attempt it solo. While individual resolve is vital, the truth is no chosen one can fully actualize their destiny without a network of support. Think about any legendary figure you admire. Behind them, there's almost always a cast of mentors, allies, and confidants who help them along the way. The same holds true for you. Yes, you are powerful on your own, but that power is amplified when you link up with like-minded souls who share or encourage your vision. Community doesn't have to be massive. It could be as simple as a small circle of friends who genuinely believe in your aspirations, or an online group where you exchange ideas and resources. The point is that you have a space, physical or virtual, where you can be your authentic self, free from judgment or superficiality. In these spaces, you can talk about your fears without shame, celebrate your wins without apology, and brainstorm new possibilities without ridicule. When life's challenges feel overwhelming, these are the people who remind you of your own light. On a practical level, a supportive network can fast-track your growth by offering fresh perspectives and real-life solutions. Have a question about business licensing? Someone in your circle might have direct experience. Feeling creatively blocked? Another member might share a technique that revitalizes your inspiration. This exchange of knowledge and positive energy forms a sort of collective brain, a hive mind, that accomplishes far more than any individual operating in isolation. It's not just about receiving either. By contributing your own insights, you reinforce your sense of purpose and strength in communal bonds. An often overlooked but crucial aspect of community is healthy accountability. When you commit to a new project, skill, or habit, it's far easier to follow through with people you respect cheering you on. They won't let you off the hook with half-baked excuses because they see your potential and want the best for you. This is not about peer pressure, but about constructive encouragement. It's the difference between telling yourself you'll wake up at 5 a.m. to meditate and hitting snooze versus having a friend text you at 5:05 a.m. to ensure you're out of bed. In short, community can hold you to the higher standards you've set for yourself. Moreover, being part of a supportive circle is a spiritual practice in itself. When you unite with others who share uplifting intentions, you create a collective energy field that's exponentially stronger than yours alone. This energy can accelerate manifestations, heal emotional wounds, and even attract synchronicities at a faster rate. Some call this phenomenon a mastermind effect or collective consciousness. Whatever label you use, the principle remains. Unity fosters miracles. By aligning with people who champion your growth, you enhance the magnetic pull of your aspirations, drawing in experiences that reflect your collective vibration. Ultimately, your journey out of the comfort zone is deeply personal. Yet the presence of a community can make all the difference between a lonely struggle and a joy-filled adventure. By weaving yourself into a supportive network, you not only ensure you have a safety net, but also become part of someone else's. Each person in the group benefits from the synergy, proving that expansion isn't a zero-sum gain. When one grows, all grow. And as a chosen one, your role often includes being a beacon for others, showing them that stepping into the unknown isn't just possible, it's exhilarating. With the right community by your side, the life of your dreams becomes less of a solitary pursuit and more of a shared celebration. Chapter 6. Crafting a vision that pulls you forward. One key to thriving outside your comfort zone is a compelling vision that propels you forward. For chosen ones, that vision often goes beyond personal success, encompassing service, creativity, or uplifting others. Whether you plan to build a community-focused business, write a life-changing book, or establish a spiritual center, your vision becomes the anchor that keeps you steady in turbulent times. However, vague goals like, "I want to be happy" or "I want to make a difference" usually don't spark enough fire. A powerful vision is vivid and detailed, describing your ideal day, environment, and the impact you'll have. When you can mentally inhabit that world, your heart, mind, and spirit unify, amplifying your manifesting power. Defining your vision also shapes you from within. As you refine the specifics, you uncover hidden desires and let go of limiting beliefs. Maybe you discover a philanthropic element that energizes you, or realize you crave community-based projects over a solitary retreat. Each tweak aligns your external goals with your internal truths, making you virtually unstoppable. Visions aren't static. They evolve as you do. You might start with a clear direction and later add layers, like combining teaching with writing or coaching. Stay flexible, adjusting your plan to match who you are becoming rather than clinging to outdated objectives. Keep your vision front and center daily. A vision board, affirmations, or a brief morning visualization can recharge you, especially when you're stretched in a challenging moment. Revisiting your dream can rekindle motivation, reminding you of the deeper why behind your actions. Finally, celebrate each step you take toward realizing your vision. A small journal entry or a modest reward can mark a milestone, turning the journey into a series of triumphs rather than a grind. These small victories accumulate, gradually transforming your life. Eventually, you look back and see how every challenge, every departure from comfort, and every ounce of faith contributed to a destiny you once only dared to imagine. Chapter 7. Stepping boldly into your destiny. After all the stretching and nudging, a defining moment arrives where your old life and your new one stand face to face. For a chosen one, this isn't just a casual fork in the road, it's destiny calling. You've done the inner work, weathered obstacles, leaned on supportive allies, and crafted a vision. Now it's time to cement your path and fully inhabit the life you've envisioned. Being bold here doesn't mean acting recklessly. It means moving with unshakable conviction in the worthiness of your journey. You might finally quit an unfulfilling job to pursue your passion, move somewhere that resonates with your dream, or step out of a toxic relationship. Whatever form it takes, each outward choice echoes the transformation within. As your world begins to mirror who you've become, suddenly past comfort zones look laughably small. Tasks you once dreaded, leading groups, pitching ideas, marketing your artwork, no longer faze you. Rather than learning to swim, you're gliding through the water with purpose and poise. That doesn't mean everything is smooth sailing. At this new level, you meet fresh challenges fit for a more evolved you. But now you have the self-awareness and spiritual armor to take them on. Every success fuels the momentum to grow further. This personal breakthrough also radiates outward, sparking others to question their own limits. People see your boldness and think, maybe I can do it too. You become a beacon, demonstrating that real change is possible and that leaving your comfort zone can lead to extraordinary results. In that sense, your destiny is collective, elevating those around you. If your heart's pounding with excitement and a dash of fear, recognize that this moment is what your journey has led you toward. Embrace it with everything you've got. You are no longer defined by old doubts. You've been shaped by trials and called to manifest your highest aspirations. By claiming this new identity without apology, you shape the future your former self could only dream of, signaling to the universe that you're ready for the next great chapters. Each step forward becomes another triumph in the ongoing quest to live the life you were meant to create.